Welcome to Chris Bed's Versus. This is my favorite thing in the world right now. Granted, that's a pretty low bar, but happy 2 days before Christmas. This is the internet's only comedy, debate, game show, live streamed podcast. How did I corner that market? If you haven't seen the show before, basically I will argue the opposite of anything that anyone says. I have in the last few weeks argued in favor of public nudity, the idea of 2020. I argued that live comedy is a millstone around the neck of creative people who would be better served by starting cults, all kinds of stuff. It's important that I point out that just because I argue a thing on the show does not mean that I mean that thing. So when I say, for instance, that both of our guests are hardened sex criminals, and that's what I like about them, it's important that you know that that's not how I feel. They are sex criminals, but that's not why I like them.
Yeah, we're not hardened either.
You're nothing but hardened. You can't see them.
We're creamy, soft sex criminals.
That is excellent, creepy way of doing it. Thank you, Jack. So you just heard their voices.
Jack me off. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
This one's gonna be spicy. All right. So like I said, I bring in some of my favorite comics. You've already heard them on here. This week, my opponent is an old comedy friend of mine. He used to live in the house that I'm in right now. He is a podcaster on the Wrestler Review, where they've spent the last 12 months talking about Vince McMahon and jizz. Those were the two main topics. I was listening. You can't convince me of otherwise. So please welcome to the screen. I assume you're clapping and cheering in your home, so I cannot hear you. John Hastings, everybody.
Yay! Hey. I like for a second they put Jack's face up on the spotlight, which I really enjoyed. I don't know if I'm spotlight. Am I spotlighted or not? Who knows? Who cares?
You should be. Yeah, I trust in Josh.
I trust him in too.
Yeah, you are. I'm watching the Twitch stream right now, and Baldy is commenting with emojis of your face.
Good times. Here's my question. What is the Twitch address for this very program? Is it Chris Betts or
Chris
is it
Betts, all lowercase? Yeah.
Oh, there it is right there.
Yeah.
Perfect. I'm going to now share it to my Twitch stream.
Yay. Fans, friends.
Well-wishers.
How you doing, John? You all right? You're in LA right now.
I'm in LA right now. I'm doing okay. I'm feeling very guilty about how much I'm enjoying not having to go home for Christmas, which is bad, but what are you going to fucking do? You know what I mean? I'm feeling a lot of guilt about that sort of stuff. I'm currently wearing almost shorts. I'm going to open one of my Christmas presents after this, which is a juicer that I know my dad gave me. And I'm going to make some fucking beet juice. Detox, baby. Get that gut health up.
Did he tell you it was a juicer, or did you shake it and just know because you're a juice genius?
He said, what do you want for Christmas? And I sent him 2 things on Amazon. I was like, what, these 2 ridiculous kitchen items? One was a dishwasher for an apartment or flat. And let me tell you this, by the way, if you live in an apartment or a flat, just get a dishwasher. They are 100 pounds or 150 American dollars.
What?
Will change your fucking life. Yeah.
Damn. Where does it go? Does it just go in the corner?
Just goes on the fucking counter and you fucking put it in the fucking sink. Fucking put your dishes in. Fucking wash your fucking dishes. Fuck you.
No.
Jesus.
What? Just with the tap?
Just with the tap. It even heats the water. If it's cold water, it heats the water within the mechanism.
Fuck me, Josh. Can we just bring Jack onto the screen, because at this point he's in. So here's our judge, Jack Barry.
Jack
Barry, everybody.
Hi.
He's fantastic. He's just too amazed by the washer. We got to bring him.
I was just incredulous about that washer.
Totally understandable. Incredible. I didn't know that was a thing either.
Neither did I.
I got my head out from behind the curtain and screamed about the dishwasher.
Here's my big question. This is Jack Bodix, who didn't used to live in the house. Are you facing the window in the living room, Chris?
I am, yeah, because I used to have it turned around the other way, but the gold brocade curtains that we have were so fucking ugly that I couldn't stand looking at them on my
It's like fucking Trump's White House, those fucking curtains.
Maybe. It's a Melania Christmas in here.
I used to smoke out of that window so fucking it's a great you angle right to the television, have yourself a nice cigarette.
I've smoked many cigarettes standing here. Our old housemate Phil Ellis and I used to stand at opposing windows and smoke out them and have conversations.
Of course, I've done that many times. I also would enjoy
so civilized.
Many times I remember it was discussed that we should stop smoking in the living room, and it was always discussed by someone who was smoking a joint at the time, and I was like, fucking smoke elitism.
I did used to live right around the corner from the house.
You certainly did.
Yeah.
Very nearby.
I got drunk and ate a lot of food. Your house parties were always known for two things. One, your back garden was always in disarray. Two, an exceptional amount of food. Three, I would always be like, I'm going to pop over for one drink, smash cut, it's 4 a.m. and I'm walking home. Every time.
Yeah. They were good parties.
All right. So let's stop talking about parties I didn't go to. Let's get to the game. We're gonna start off. Jack, you're the judge. You remember that you judge not based on who is right. That's very important. Otherwise, I would never win. You judge based on who argued best. John, you're my opponent because having an audience in lockdown is frankly impossible. So I'm looking forward to this. I think you're going to be weirdly good at it.
I think so too. My topics are real fun because I'm just like, and I've also gone Christmas themed.
I was going to do that too.
Good.
Oh, cool. You got to go Christmas themed.
Perfect. It's 2 days till Christmas, you guys. Let's open those Advent calendars, and we'll start with the first round. Hello to Gabe and Baldy on Twitch. Good to see you guys. I don't know why I looked down when I said that. You're watching right there. I'm getting used to all this shit. Okay, so we're gonna start the game. John, what is your first topic?
The topic, Chris, is I want you to defend your decision to always jack off during Christmas Mass when you would attend an Anglican church service on Christmas Eve. Why you would always why you always jerked off during Christmas Eve services at the Anglican church you would go to with your friends and family. I've added that detail. Your friends and family are also there.
Of course, nobody goes alone.
You wouldn't go alone to an Anglican church service or Church of England for you fucking Brits who can't figure it out.
It's about community. That's what it's about. You bring your friends and family. So I used to, as we all know,
there's something about Jack's Hong Kong plummy accent that anything he says just dropped in just sounds very matter of fact. To masturbate.
Yes.
Yeah, quickly. We all know
that's a given. Yeah, of course. I mean, when I was growing up, my mom was Catholic, my dad was Protestant, and we used to go to Protestant church, and I was told that God sees us at all times, no matter where you are, no matter what you're doing. So I feel like if he's watching me anyways, maybe give him a front row seat, give him that, I'm in his house, I'm going to use his sheets. They called it robes, but sheets. I feel like if God is everywhere, then no house of God should be off limits for, what really brings me joy, which is what Christmas Mass is about celebrating ourselves and each other. I didn't want it to stick to masturbation. I would have loved if everybody joined in, but that's their fighting the Holy Spirit. That's not my fault. I was trying to commune with my people and my God. Do you see anything wrong with that? I don't.
I think it seems pretty reasonable. It's like also why take the piss? Like, he's going to see you. So just be like, here you go. I'm doing it.
Yeah. And I would just do this at the crucifix.
I always forget. Am I supposed to I rebut now your point now, right?
You have to argue the opposite.
Here's the issue with jacking off in church during Christmas Eve Mass.
What issue could there be, John?
There's two main issues. One, that's God's house. You never asked him for permission to jack off in his house people often jack off in my house. I'm fine with it.
But God has a plan. So this is part of his plan.
No, but we have free will, which means that we can deviate from his plan. We do not go into that fucking bullshit American Protestant. No, there is no fucking agree to disagree.
Yeah.
There was only agreeing. I am
it was God. He was like, whip it out, start slinging that hog.
But did he say that? God,
I heard it in my heart.
All right, well, I didn't know that. Second of all, you are technically jacking off at a birthday party for a baby. which is just a bit. Which is
All
gross.
birthday parties are birthday parties for babies. If you look at it that way, I think of 33-year-old
No.
hot Jesus, cut Jesus with the the D'Angelo muscles.
Absolutely
That's
not.
what I was
absolutely
thinking of.
because that's not his birthday. He's only 33 at Easter. At Christmas time, he's baby Jesus. Everyone knows that. Everyone knows every year he's baby Jesus. And then he becomes he's 33 at Easter. That's how that works. You could I'm all for jacking off during an Easter mass because that's much hotter. There's a prostitute involved. His mom's all sad. It's so much more alluring. But yeah, no, Christmas Eve is also and the third thing is and I have to stress this is it's also like very late at night, and I always find it weird if you jack off not right before bed but still at nighttime. That's the creepiest time I think you can. Like right away in the morning to give yourself energy, absolutely. Mid-morning, something to do. You're bored in the afternoon, have a great time.
Yeah,
but like if it's after dinner but not right before bed, if you're like, let me pop in here, fucking splash my fucking walls, and then I'll be out to watch the rest of Gilmore Girls, you're a sociopath. You have to, it has to be right before bed. Yes. There's no argument here.
It's meditative. I'm trying to get into a godly state of mind.
Sure. I understand that you're trying to do that, but it's the wrong God. You're
purged myself of testosterone. And now I'm more open to love and healing. I'm more likely to sing, earnestly, not that like low key, like church singing, like really go for it. Also, I want to have something to confess. I lead a pretty clean life, guys. Aside from up in church,
hoisted on your own fucking petard, Bets. No confessions in fucking Anglican churches. Yeah, mate.
I just yell it. That's my.
Just bring one along.
Yeah, it's called the testimonial.
Mate, that's behaving
different thing. And I go,
it's behaving like a.
I just bust a holy nut, and they go, no, hey.
You cannot behave like a Catholic at a Proddy institution. That's a point against you. Everyone knows that. Also,
you're not the judge. You don't decide the points.
It's the fact that it's an Anglican church important, John. If it was a Catholic
very important.
If it was a Catholic church, would it be okay to masturbate at Christmas?
No, it's just you just shouldn't go to a Catholic. Because at a Catholic church, I assume there's a illicit wanking going on between adults and children, no matter the day.
But there's also like incense. They burn a lot of incense in Catholic churches to mask the smell of the jizz. So
is that what that's for? That
makes
a lot of sense.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
Is that why the kids are swinging it? Because that's where the highest concentration.
Yeah.
It's also fun fact. Like all of those displays with all of the red candles that old ladies in black light, how they put it out in Catholic churches is the choir has to show up and shoot their jizz at the candles until they put them out.
What? And it's like a load per candle.
Sounds
legit. But they don't always make it. They don't always make it. They don't always hit it.
Not by the end. Not until they've done like 3 or 4.
But that's how you know if your prayer came true, is if they nut that first time and it goes out.
Yeah.
That's God being like,
that's
a sign.
It's like blowing all your birthday candles out.
Yeah.
Exactly. But with cum, which is the
not forgetting this is about cum.
It's still a form of blowing. All right, I think we've gotten off topic here. But that's fine.
Certainly have.
I say we call it there. Jack, what are you saying? Who made a better case?
I mean, yeah, I like the boat. I genuinely, I want. John made a really good point for arguing at Easter. That was like, oh yeah, well, I'm definitely going to do that. But I did like your arguments of wanting to be in God's house and. Yeah, you convinced me. So I think I'll probably give it to Chris.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Son of a bitch.
Feel free tomorrow night, you guys. Just loosen yourselves when you visit the good Lord. Oh my goodness. All right.
If you're in an Anglican church.
If you're in an Anglican church. Yeah. If you're in I once was in a Catholic church just taking a tour with a German girl when I was 18. And I was like, do you want to have sex in the confessional? Just as like a joke. And she went, yeah. And I was so taken aback at her earnest yes that I just left the church. I didn't know what to do. Such a waste.
I'm not religious, but I couldn't do it. I wouldn't have done it. It's one of those things where it's a respect thing.
I like to think that I wouldn't have followed through even if I'd been had the presence of mind to deal with it. But I was just
It's like it's also just that they don't seem very well like protected, those confession booths. I just feel like they're like made of like 100-year-old wood. Like that's gonna creak to high heaven as soon as you get going in there.
I think you're overestimating the strength of my 18-year-old thrust there, Jack.
I think also like that's the fun of it is that it is all creaky and weird and wooden. There's an old ya lady outside just oh, what is that noise? It would also just be you're in a plot of every Antonio Banderas movie at some point.
Yeah, like a dove flies past as you're fucking.
Has anyone else noticed that every 90s movie just has a dove at some point? Every single one?
Yeah, like a dove wrangler at movies used to be a really good career choice.
Oh, it's a lucrative fucking...
And they went from like just working small time magic shows straight to the big time.
Yeah. Suddenly John Woo was like, I've got you on retainer.
Yeah, he's praying. They're just praying for a call from Penn and Teller. 6 months later, he's on the set of Face Off, just making out with cocaine.
You'd be on Rodeo Drive and just overhear someone be like, "You've got to use my dove guy."
Yeah.
There's
He's
no
the
dove
best
guy like mine.
And then there's another dove guy who then they hate each other.
Yeah.
I did like an advert for a beer once. Sorry, but like there's apparently there's like one guy who like sculpts the beer in beer. There's two guys, and so there's like two different beer guys. And like when you like take a sip of a beer in an advert and it looks all glistening and amazing, there's like two guys basically who do that and they fucking hate each other. Whenever you do one beer advert, like the guy on there will be slagging off the other guy. He's like, that guy's a prick. He like knows how to make Guinness look nice, but he doesn't know how to make lager look nice. And they just like bitch about each other.
I just
funny.
found out that I'm a scab because I did that for a Guinness commercial once. I was the hand pulling the Guinness.
Really?
Making it look hot. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I didn't hear about either of these guys. I guess they were sick of dealing with their shit.
Yeah, they put like chemicals in it and stuff like that to make it like glisten when they like do the shots of the beer.
So that reminds me of a topic that I want to bring up. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with the balloon fetish people. This is not Christmassy.
It is birthday and it's Jesus's birthday though.
All right, tangential. I'll take it.
Toot toot.
So there are two camps in it. There are the camps of people that like to rub balloons, and there are the camps of people who like to pop the balloons. These two groups hate each other.
Love it.
I want you to defend the poppers.
I will, of course, defend the poppers. One, you are about to do something sexual. You want to get the children away from you. Popping balloons scares children, no problem. 100% they will scatter and run away. Two, if you need a condom to please a lady or to have safe intercourse with a gentleman of some description, a popped balloon is your perfect dangerous type of contraceptive because there's a hole in it somewhere. Who knows when the dirty make a human juices are going to go. So it's an extra additive risk, which we can all agree is hot as hell.
Have you been using balloons as condoms, John? That's a real problem.
I use them as bubble gum, but you know.
So many children around.
Yeah. That's why they call me coat hanger Johnny. You know what I'm saying? What am I doing? It's just nice to see. It's nice to see Jack because Jack's a very easy person to really make not uncomfortable, but he always is like, oh my goodness. A real racy topic of conversation. Anyway, so that also you need to do something with sewing needles, and that's not sewing. Also, it's way in terms of kinks, I'm all for kinks that are like, whoa, how did you even get to fucking from that kink? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's one of those ones where it's like people that are really into combing hair, I don't get that at all, but I'm like, that's a fucking kink right there, that you're into. Like, I want to fuck you, I don't want to see you naked. You wear a nice thick mohair sweater if you fucking want to. I want to comb your hair and put it in a nice braid. I'm into that. In the same way that the rubbing of balloons, that's still sexual. You can pretend that they're nice, floaty, disemboweled boobies, and I don't go for that at all. Or maybe one giant butt implant. I like the majesty of just being like, you want to know how I bust a nut? I bust a fucking balloon. Also, if someone catches you doing it, you seem a lot less creepy. You're just like, I'm just making sure that these balloons don't fly up into the atmosphere and harm people. And they're like, that guy's pretty great. And then little do they know you've got a secret boner And so to sum up, also rubbing balloons makes a very irritating noise, while popping balloons is a scary noise for a second, but you're ready for it. Like even when a balloon is popped by accident, it's always because someone's been doing something. Like someone's playing with it too much, someone's doing the thing. Like rubbing balloons just is an irritating noise. So fuck rubbing balloons, all for popping a balloon.
No, that's all bullshit. People who pop balloons are psychopaths. There's a real they are the kind of people that would put a hole in your condom and then
typical rubber mentality. That's all I'm fucking saying right now.
You gotta rub it. You want to keep kids away. That like kids hate that shit. That's nails on a chalkboard. That's forks and knives on a styrofoam plate. You want to, and also I think that there's something oddly romantic about pretending it's just one big butt implant. I think that's sort of sweet. It's like you're not replacing the person that you're with because they have two butt cheeks. It's a separate thing. You've got your own, oh shit, the mirrored sunglasses came out. It's getting fucking real. He doesn't want us to see how horny he gets talking about balloons.
I need to protect my eyes from all your fucking bullshit. That's what I need to do.
We can see the reflection of his tabs. Wait a minute. Balloonfetish.com.
I will have you know that's .com.
How is that not a fucking domain?
100% is.
.com has to be, right?
I'm checking right now, and I'm about to get a virus on my phone.
If anyone watching is into computers and can make this happen, we're about to make $1 billion, you guys.
Yeah,
.com.
Got to register it to Cumbria.
.com.
Cumbria, that line was great, Jack. Thank you.
.com is not a thing.
Oh man,
if you put in is .com a thing, you get from healthline.com 13 facts about semen, composition and volume. Hello, and 20 things you may not have known about semen from BuzzFeed.
BuzzFeed
Christian,
is
go on with
such a confusing website.
Oh yeah, we got to bring down the Trump administration. Also, what do you want to know about?
And what Disney princess are you?
They're the ones where I found out that wombats shit cubes right under like a really interesting article about Cambridge Analytica. You do you BuzzFeed, you fucking weirdos.
I was reading about voter suppression the day of the Trump Biden election, and literally the thing that the recommended tab was what hat best suits your head, and I was just like, this website's fucked. Fun fact about semen, by the way, it is formed in 3 different parts of the body, not just the testes.
What are the other parts?
Where else?
They have to list the parts. You can't leave me hanging like that.
Yeah.
I don't want
of course they do.
Is that naturally occurring jizz and something about marriage?
Prostate forms the milky fun substance known as the enzymines proteins.
Please tell me it doesn't say milky fun substance.
It absolutely says milky fun substance. It is a BuzzFeed article after all.
Enough, yeah.
The seminal vessels produce the fructose, which is 2/3 of the fluid income, and the third is the testicles, which produce the sperm and some other fluids as well. Nice. And fun fact, the image of that unavailable according to the internet.
The fructose, is that like sugar, like fruit sugar?
Yeah,
that's why different. That's why you're real creepy.
Pineapple juice.
Yeah, that's why real creepy friends are people that are about to experiment with polyamory. When you're eating fruit, will tell you which fruit makes cum taste better.
It's pineapple juice.
Or strawberries. Some people, it's also strawberries, according to some.
Oh, damn. Sounds like fucking balloon popper logic to me.
Typical rubber, just wanting to go with the fucking... I'm surprised you like pineapples. They're so spindly and might pop your precious balloons. You fuck.
My wife is commenting on the Twitch stream right now, and apparently she knew all this about jizz, and she's saying that sex ed really failed us. Who...
fuck off, Netherlands.
We didn't learn any of that shit.
I think someone did some Googling, and maybe I'm incorrect, but I just feel like an Iranian from the Netherlands is not getting a comprehensive sex education.
There's no way they covered the fructose, the source of fructose in jizz.
And if they did, then the Dutch are that much creepier. Like, they are already the creepiest of all Europeans, and that piece of information it continues the long march away from them being an acceptable country.
They know what's going on. I think they've got it sorted out.
They absolutely do not have it sorted out.
We learn, what you need to learn in sex. It's like
put your willy where the lady pees.
Put it in. Then when you're finished, you shake hands and you go and you job's all done.
Yeah.
And
All
the
right.
woman's not allowed to come.
That's rules are rules.
That's what
listen,
that's what we learned in school.
The women are allowed to go. Am I right, guys? Hey, on my
Another
chest,
fact about
on
cum that
my
is better than
chest.
Chris's argument: when semen is first ejaculated, it's a gel. It transforms into a liquid afterward. Huh.
What's the difference between gel and liquid?
No
Viscosity.
idea. And I refuse to learn.
Viscosity.
Viscosity. All right. I'm gonna make one last rubbing pro argument, then we're gonna call this one and move on to the speed round.
Go ahead.
Which is, I like the idea of a gentle clown making love to me, as opposed to.
What a terrible argument so far.
Someone who's just going to try to destroy me. I want someone who shows that they have the patience to make me feel good. Thank you, Rubbers, for your patience. We'll call that there, Jack. What do you got?
I really enjoyed that. That was I just like the idea of the. Well, I don't know. I like John's initial argument of scaring away the children before you get down to business, and
Of course.
I mean, there were plenty of other points, but that stuck in my mind, so I'm going to give it to John.
Ah, damn, we're tied up. We're tied up. Sorry, Rubbers. I wanted to do right by you. All right, so
Not
now,
me.
Now we're going to go into the speed round. Josh, can we please have the 2-minute clock up on the screen?
Yeah, Josh, fucking make it quick, or I'll tickle you.
We got
So I've got to be quite speedy in writing these down, have I?
you can just read them off, and if you just make a quick little notch for which point goes where, that'd be cool. I don't know how you're keeping score, but that feels like the most logical.
I'm doing it on my phone. Okay. Yeah, I'll give that a go.
Yeah, if you just use a key and just scratch it into your screen
yeah.
one point, then you'll be fine.
Okay.
Jack, make
balloons.
a bite mark on your arm for each point for me on your right arm, and left arm for Chris.
Okay. I'll pop a balloon for each point that John gets, and I'll fuck a balloon for each point that Chris gets.
Thank you very much. That finally a system that works.
It is a real
Are you listening, Electoral College?
Yeah. It is a real demarcation point, by the way, is men that fucked their hand at an adolescent and men that fucked furniture as an adolescent.
Yeah, both. I fucked everything.
I don't know, but I only fucked hand. I got there and I was like,
hand?
Next stop, pussy. Next stop for me, vagina. Is what I said.
I'm saving you for the good stuff.
I love the idea that you were looking at your hand at like 14. Next stop, pussy.
Yeah.
And I was scouring the room looking for anything else.
Got Jennifer Lopez drawn on there, like in the like in
Jennifer Lopez.
Yeah.
I was just like, the gap in between my bed and the mattress looks pretty alluring. When did you get here?
Was it when I turned 13?
Yeah. Sweet thing.
All right, so we're gonna go into the speed round now. Moving swiftly along. Jack, you've got all the topics in the chat there. You good?
I got them here. Yes.
Cool. These, as always, this is a random assortment of words that I got from randomwordgenerator.com. Not a sponsor, but I would welcome their money. So
they've got a lot to throw around.
I feel like it's such a big industry.
Yeah.
John, do you want to be for or against everything Jack's about to say?
I'll be for.
Going to be for. All right, I'm going to be against. The fucking tradition continues of Canadians always saying for and British people always saying against. Unbroken streak. I've been doing this show for 4 years. All right, so we're going to start the speed round. Jack, if you can keep going. Josh, start the clock. Speed round.
Calm.
John.
I'm for being calm. It's nice. It's not that quiet and it doesn't disturb your neighbors. Fuck you.
You can't say you're for being calm and for popping balloons. Pick a side, John. I'm anti-calm. The world's on fire. Pop some balloons. Let's get out there and change something. Next.
Okay, nice. Socialist.
I am for socialists because they have better beards. Also, our meetings have hotter chicks. Booyah!
I didn't grow up an only child, so I had to share from a young age, and I'm fucking sick of it. Now is the time for hardcore right-wing policies. Next.
Enjoy your frumpy people. Go ahead.
Tissue.
I am for tissues because it's somewhere to put your cum and mucus.
I am against tissues because I like to spread the love. I don't hide away my shame. Next.
Realism.
I am for realism because I am real. I am me, you're you.
I am anti-realism. Elon Musk is right. We're all living inside GTA right now.
Oh,
And,
fuck that guy.
and that's why I jerk off in church. Next.
Code.
What was that?
I'm for
Code.
Code. Okay.
I am for code, eagle's nest, coyote, double tree.
I'm anti-code because I don't know what code you were just speaking, and it makes me feel left out. And that's how we get hate crimes. Next.
That's because you're not in Mossad, motherfucker.
Next one is comprehensive.
Random words.
I'm for it's because it's everything. Fuck you.
Everything is nothing. Therefore, comprehensive is a oxymoron. Done. That's the end of the speed round.
Yay! Just in the speed run, I'm pretty sure Chris's wife wrote, "Y'all are ruining cum for real" in the chat. It really distracted me because I thought that was really funny.
Yeah. Oh, so y'all are ruining sex for real. Shouldn't say no. There's no ruining cum.
No, cum's untouchable.
No, there's no ruining sex either, Sadaf. Just you got to lean into it, baby. Yeah. Also, hi, Sadaf. It's been forever. I hope you're doing so well.
All right, Jack. What is the score at the end of the speed round?
Chris has 4 points. John has 3 points.
Yes, that's right. That means I pulled ahead in that bitch. So we're going into the second round now, which is called regrets. This is where I tell the contestant, they tell me something they regret, and I tell them it's the best thing they've ever done, or they tell me something they're proud of, and I tell them why they're a real piece of shit for thinking that. So, John, what have you brought to the game today? I'm
changing this just because the theme seems to be for some reason cum, so I'm changing this to
Invite a man from the Wrestler Review podcast onto your show, and it will become a show about cum.
Hey, if it wasn't for Dylan not knowing how to fucking organize his life, he would have been judging, and then oh Lord, fat load comments would be flying. I when I was 13, I believe, because of an escalated version of Truth or Dare, I full masturbated in a botanical garden next to a keg steakhouse in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada, in minus 45-degree weather, while like 4 of my friends watched to confirm that I did it. And for the purposes of this game, I regret that.
You can say you're proud of it if you feel like it.
No, I want to see what you have to make me proud of it. I want to see.
What happens to your cum at minus 45 degrees?
It freezes right to a wall and was there for a long time. Like we checked a bunch of times.
So, were you facing them while you did it, or did you have your back to them?
Back to them.
So it wasn't like an eye contact thing.
Extreme pain.
Why were you in a botanical garden? Walk me through how this became a thing.
Okay, it started earlier in the year where a friend of mine.
That's all good.
Really long lead up.
Yeah. A friend of mine ate a bunch of bad pizza and farted so badly someone thought he shit his pants.
Okay.
So then someone else was like, "Oh, you shit your pants, well I'm just gonna shit here in this park." And then he was like, "Okay," and he shit in the park. And then it turned into a giant competition between all of us of what weirder body stuff could we do just in public, such as like pissing off of things, shitting in weird places, trying to shit in the street, like just insanity.
Yeah.
And then everyone was going yellow and brown and no one would bring white.
You got to fill in that spectrum.
And I said, all right, it's time. And a part of me was like, it's time to win this. And so I did.
And you did win.
I certainly did. It put an end to all of it. See, I mean, that put an end to it, as did me doing it again 3 weeks later because someone didn't believe me.
They believed. They just wanted to see.
Yeah, that's 100%. They were
that person was in love with you.
There's no way that you did that, or we'll do it again at my house. So, well, John,
I wouldn't say what they got was a show, but they got something.
I would. this was part of a competition. So all you're doing is asserting dominance over guys who clearly think that they're alphas because they're shitting in the street. That's not a beta move. There aren't a lot of cucks shitting in the street.
That is true.
I think that you had to establish your dominance over this group of honestly fucking animals. And if nothing else, by shutting it down with your creamy whites, you did the fucking town a favor. They should give you the key to the city for stopping all these kids from shitting in the street. This is all you did was, it was like, it reminds me of that thing in, there was a drinking competition in Parks and Rec. I've been watching a lot of Parks and Rec during lockdown, and they were drinking for Ron Swanson's fate. And all the women were sort of drinking to try to get him to stay with the park or go home or marry them. And in the end, he said, "This ends now." And he took the whole bottle and he chugged the whole thing. That's you here. You're Ron Swanson. You stopped them from getting alcohol poisoning / teenage records for shitting on, I'm assuming, statues, because the leap from human to bird in this is very short. Also, a botanical garden is a strangely beautiful place to do that. You exposed your friends to culture. You brought them into a serene place for a natural act, whereas they were probably doing it near bridges and other gross surroundings, milieus.
So he was like an after-school gang. He was like getting gangs off the streets. He's like an after-school program.
He interceded when it was about to get too real, just before they were about to steal a van, kind of thing. You know, they'd been doing graffiti and they were going to graduate into real crime. He shut it down. He bust that nut and set them all on a good course. How are they doing now? Are they all good men?
No. Some of them are.
Shocking.
One of them is a janitor at the high school that we went to, which continues to just be the saddest thing in the world. Also, he was a bit of a cunt, so I'm kind of cool with it.
All right.
One of them is now actually driving for the prime minister in a real turnaround of things.
Good for him.
Less said about that guy. I'm just like, man, I guess the background checks are not done nearly as strenuously as you think they would be. The rest of them are fine, I guess.
Yeah,
One's a big-time drug dealer.
None of them would have accomplished anything had you not shut that shit down when it happened, because it was clearly escalating.
Certainly, yeah. I think one of them had 3 kids by the time he was 20. It might have been my fault. He saw my loads and was just like, "I'm going to do that, but with a lady."
Into a woman instead of a botanical garden.
That's right. Into a lady's individual lady garden.
Ladies botanical.
Fragrant. Paste that wall. Yeah, man. You didn't suffer any consequences for it.
True.
It's a great story.
Certainly is.
Always good. You can't regret a great story.
Certainly can't.
You did it in public, but in private in public, which is like weirdly thoughtful, but also dangerous.
Of course.
This feels dangerous. Like you didn't fuck a plant, which you didn't come on a plant, which is very thoughtful. You came on a wall. If you come on a plant, that's messed up.
Well, made some kind of hybrid. Like a human,
imagine like
half John, half plant kid.
A lily with his head on it. Just a single one growing out of the womb.
Crush the stem immediately.
One day you're just going to be on stage at a gig and there's going to be like a really frondy teenager in the audience. Who's like, "Daddy."
Frondy teenager is good stuff.
Be like, "Is that you?" And it'll just be like a face just like yours under all this foliage.
All right, we'll call that there. Jack, what are you saying? Did I make his pain go away?
Yeah, definitely. I enjoyed that a lot. I think you definitely argued me. That was something to be very proud of. You made me think. I've been watching a lot of The Wire in lockdown, and it made me think of Dennis, the cussy character, the guy who like quits the game so that he can start a boxing gym to get the kids off the street.
Yeah.
And now whenever I watch The Wire, I'll be thinking of John's cum whenever I see that character.
I mean, if anything, it's made it all worth it then.
Yeah. That's it. It's still changing lives. It's still changing lives, John. Thanks, buddy.
Your cum's work is never done.
Jack, thoughts on season 2 of The Wire?
Loved it. Frank Sabatka. I love Frank Sabatka. I thought it was great. I loved it. I love that storyline with the troubadours. I thought it was super.
It really fucking divides people that second season. It's fascinating.
It's good, but it's the worst one.
loads of people are like, oh, that's the shit one. I think that was maybe the one I've enjoyed the most.
Oh, that's no.
Yeah.
See, now we're questioning.
Wait, like,
your
but like,
ability
how far into it? Because like,
no, maybe not the one I enjoyed the most, but I did really enjoy it.
You can't walk it back, Jack.
I thought that's what makes it. That was the series that made it the show that it is. You know, it like branched out into like being the storylines of all the things that affect like the war on drugs. And I thought that was when it started taking risks and really setting itself apart.
Yeah, it laid the foundation for everything, but it was the worst one because it had to do all the exposition for all the other storylines that are coming.
Yeah, and then you get because when you get fucking
why do people hate it?
Oh, people think it's fucking shit. Although a lot of people also hate The Wire is the other thing that no one talks about.
Idiots. But also it's the least interesting villains because the Troubadours don't have that interesting, like the Barksdale crew all have like weird inner lives, and then you got like Cheese, who's a fucking weirdo, and then as you move on, all the bad guys always have like breadth and depth to them, whereas the Sabakas were just white and poor.
But I like them though, like because he's just trying to do right by his community, and he's trying to get work for everybody. So he's taking all these backhanders so that he can like get the new port built. I thought that was like quite an engaging storyline.
Yeah, I don't know. He was responsible for the deaths of a lot of hookers, so I don't have a lot of sympathy for Mr. Frank Sabaka.
Who isn't responsible for? I mean, what?
Anyways. All right, so we're gonna go into the second speed round. Josh, can we please have the clock up on the screen?
Oh shit! Hang on. I didn't know there was gonna be another one. Also, I carry on from the list, do I?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So we're gonna get the clock up. Perfect. So John, you were for all the last ones. You're gonna be against all of these ones. So Josh, can you please start the clock? We're gonna go speed round now.
Discrimination.
People should fucking stay in their fucking own areas. Or I'm against it.
You're against it.
Oh yeah, everyone's great.
I love discrimination. The more someone discriminates, the easier it is for me to discriminate against them for being dicks. It's social lube. Next.
Save.
No, spend, bitch.
That's the kind of socialist nonsense that got us into this situation. What you need to do is save your money, be fiscally responsible, invest in bootstraps. Next.
Cycle.
Walk, you fuck. Fucking pedals are the devil's implement.
Cycling is so good. It's the only sport that we still have that people with top hats used to do. That's how fucking excellent into our core it is.
Polo, you absolute fucking water-brained maniac.
Barely exists. Doesn't count. Next.
I feel like people used to box with top hats on.
Yeah, exactly. Boxing.
Anyway.
War. What about
also
war,
dead.
Chris?
Next.
Wait, okay, paint.
Fucking wallpaper. It's nicer, and also it's something you can rip off when you're angry as a kid.
Fuck paint. Let the walls have their shitty lives. They see you naked.
Wait, aren't you for paint?
Naked?
You're for paint.
I love paint. Let's paint all the walls. Next.
Gap. Also press.
Pull. That's all I'm saying. That's all I gotta say about that.
Pressing is great. You can press anything. You can press oranges. You can press a witness. CPR is basically just pressing. Are you against saving lives? Next.
Yes.
Oh, that's the end of the speed round. All right. Jack, what is the score at the end of the speed round?
Jack, me. Sorry, I don't know why I keep doing that. I'm so sorry. I'm really sorry, everybody.
The score is 6-all. I think I maybe missed one, but I think it's 6-all.
Damn, what a comeback by John. Well played.
X-all. Am I?
Ruined sex for all.
Wow, the chat is going up. People were very divided even in the chat about The Wire, by the way.
Really? Do people think I'm a cunt?
Yes. Season two is great.
They solidly do, yes.
Baldy's saying season 5's the worst. We're all over the place. Oh, Alex Watson with comeback. CUM. That's you, John. You're the comeback.
Yeah, I'm the comeback kid. Thank you, Alex Watson.
You got
Come on his back.
Yeah, and the hair and that little bit above the butt. Okay, so we're going to go into the final round now. This is going to break the tie. This is a judge's choice round. Now, neither John nor I know what Jack's about to say. So, John, do you want to be for or against whatever Jack's about to say before he tells us? This is for all the
I want to be for it.
Good man. Jack, what am I against?
Oh, Jack didn't prepare. He's thinking of it right now.
While you think about it, Baldy said, I feel like we're interrupting something. Like we should leave so they can jack off. Yeah. Oh, that was Alex saying we're interrupting. Yeah, that would.
If you could.
I mean, if you've been on the others.
Yeah.
What part of the first round didn't you understand or his regret? We'll jerk off in front of you, should we so choose. Yeah. Jack, what's the topic?
I read this thing recently about how like Jesus, it seems we're talking about Jesus, about how Jesus was actually like a there's a theory that it was just like a term for like a sex cult when people used to take magic mushrooms. So I want someone to argue for that and someone to argue against it.
So I'm arguing for that Jesus was just a cult leader who got a bunch of people to take magic mushrooms and then have sex.
Yeah.
Do you have any backstory to that?
There's this guy called. It's like a theory that like the magic. It's even like Jesus is just what they used to call magic mushrooms like 2,000 years ago in Aramea or wherever it is.
Okay.
And this guy wrote a book about it.
A whole book.
Yeah.
I mean, before we get into the argument, can I just say every fucking hippie can fuck off. This guy smells like patchouli. He is bald, long hair in the back, glasses too small for his face. And he's got fucking that weird fucking turquoise jewelry, and he will soft finger fuck any lady he tries to massage. Like, this guy sucks as a human being.
Talks about how Burning Man's not the same as it used to be.
100% doesn't like Burning Man, feels that Coachella shouldn't be organized. The kind of person that was like, I'd go to Glastonbury, but I hear it's too commercial, even though we all know he's got priors, so we can't get a fucking passport. Like, you're just like, shut up, Herbman.
The guy who wrote this book?
Yeah, that's who.
Yeah. He was actually like he was a professor of theology at Oxford University.
Yeah, I got news for you. You know what that does? That just confirms everything I'm saying, because here's Oxford University has one of two things: people that are like I wouldn't say we're polyamorous, I'd say we are swingers, and people that are losers.
So just cool guys and losers. That's all there is.
Yeah.
My favorite thing about the guy, I'll just say this and then I'll let you argue, is that he died on his 50th birthday, which made me think that it must have been a surprise birthday party that went wrong.
I mean, I got news for you. If that guy died if he's writing books about how Jesus Christ was magic mushrooms and he died when he was 50, that guy does cocaine.
Wait, was it? Yeah.
Weirdly goes against the whole mushroom vibe. This guy
disagree. It's a weird thing I've discovered.
Unreliable.
It's a weird thing I've discovered with people in the US is that like people do blow and cocaine here. Like, hippies are like, yeah, you do a couple of lines and then take some mushrooms, and it's like, what are you doing, guys?
That explains a lot about where that country's at.
100%. Doesn't that just make you're like, oh, I get like you have belief in the hallucinations.
You are fucking lost. You don't understand anything anymore.
There's only one way to feel
sweet Jesus.
Yeah, there's only one way to feel better. Also, are we ready to start arguing?
Yeah, let's do it.
I was waiting for Jack to give us the signal.
Sorry, no, I was just checking. It was his 65th birthday. His name's John Allegro, and he's my hero.
All right, John, defend John Allegro.
John Allegro. Okay, here's the thing with Jesus Christ just being a mushroom taking sex cult is that makes way more sense than he was crucified and then flew to heaven and had a body. What it clearly was just a sex cult. Here's how you know it was a sex cult. There was singing, but no one knew how to play any instruments. There was a guy who's like, I'm gonna fuck this lady, but no one else can fuck, and he went away for a bit and came back. All of those are typical cult moves. Also robes, also sandals, also beard, also fuck that guy. Also, you can tell mushrooms were involved in a variety of reasons. A, talking snake. B, a guy turned against them, because whenever you trip, there's always one guy that breaks off from the crowd. There's always one guy that, like, if everyone's like, let's go for a walk, one guy's like, I gotta stay here. Definitely a fucking sign of a fucking person on mushrooms. Exactly. They're the Judas. And
Don't call them that. It'll really fuck them up, though.
oh yeah. Judas. I yelled that at every Bob Dylan concert. What a deep pull that was. I also I'm gonna say, how do I say this? One last point. That's why he turned water into wine and did all of his magic tricks. He didn't walk on water. He just walked through a puddle, and they're like, yo, 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 yo. He didn't turn water into wine. He just bought a bottle of wine, and they're like, oh shit, he made it last. It just makes all the miracles and stuff like that make sense. He's a fucking weed tripping gentleman is what he is. Also, mushrooms rule. I got some in my freezer. If I win, I'll give some to Jack.
Yes.
Oh, that's nice. Bribery, cross-continental bribery. So
who's Todd Toddson?
That's me, baby. Listen, no one's denying that Jesus ran a hippie cult. He's got all the sandals and the talk of love without backing it up. You know, there's no sense of a lot of talk, not a lot of follow through. When shit got hard, what do? Die like a pussy. I would say though that there's not enough orgy in it for me to believe any of this. The magic mushrooms make sense because of the love and the sense of magic to everything, but I haven't been sold on any of the orgy stuff because prostitutes look down on. The whole "you shall not lay with another man," that doesn't sound like a mushroom orgy to me. That sounds like the opposite of a bunch of people communing with nature and each other. There's a lot of sand. There wasn't a lot of indoors. Indoors wasn't that different from outdoors 2,000 years ago. And I feel like if you're having a mushroom-based orgy, that there's going to be so much chafing and rashes that it's not enough to really start a 2,000 year long religious tradition. You're gonna, that makes it sound like Jesus would be like having sex on the stairs, where it sounds like a good idea, and then you do it, and then you just go back to Judaism. I can't see it lasting in that kind of thing. There's just no sex stuff, fun, playful sex stuff in the Bible. There's sad sex stuff, and that's the opposite of mushroom sex. Mushroom sex is a fucking delight.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, it just doesn't add up, man. This guy,
No.
I feel like
chafing. You can't get on board with a cult, can you?
I feel like this was an old man trying to convince his wife to have a threesome with one of his students. Argument that got out of hand. That's what I think this. John, are you softly masturbating right now? Why are you moving like that?
It's not soft, baby. I'm just getting all hot and bothered from all this mushroom orgy talk.
Rhythmic. Those are great arguments. I enjoyed them a lot.
Thank you.
I've definitely felt like the Judas at the shroom party in the past when my insecurities have got the better of me.
You just got to take a sip of water. That's the trick. And also talk to the mushrooms is another piece of advice I've been given, which you think doesn't work. But if you actually just go like, hey, I needed to calm down here a little bit. Every time I've done that, then it actually like, pew.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Damn.
That's a good technique.
Because in the end, it's not real. Like it's like, and so you're just grounding yourself in the actual reality of it all.
Yeah,
never fight it. That's the most important lesson I learned about mushrooms is just ride it. It's like a roller coaster. Put your hands in the air.
Yeah, absolutely.
100%.
Yeah.
You gotta go with it.
Yeah.
All right, Jack, what are you saying? Unless John, you want to argue against my orgy points.
No, that all sounds pretty orgy-tastic if I'm gonna be honest.
All right.
For the Judas part, I'm gonna give it to John. I enjoyed his points. I'm sorry.
God damn right. Eat my ass.
He's fucking swiping on Tinder right now. This is bullshit.
Certainly am. Just checking out babes, baby. Ooh.
Well, congratulations, John. You Judas escargot. I don't know. This has been Chris Betts Versus. Thanks for watching, guys. If
just to clarify quickly, there is a Q&A after this, right? There's a podcast. We don't go to a different Zoom room. I just had a moment of panic.
No, we're gonna be here. So we're gonna record the extra episode now. But before we go, Jack, do you have anything that you've been making or that you want to plug, or how people can follow you?
You can follow me on Twitter. I'm on Twitter at @JBasler or Instagram. I am Jack Barry. I've got a website with some funny videos on it. jackbarry.co.uk. Check that out. And I've just finished filming Feel Good for Netflix.
Nice.
Mae Martin's sitcom. That's coming out in March. But watch the first series if you haven't watched it already. It's on
great.
Channel 4 in the UK or Netflix worldwide.
What about you, John?
Follow me on Twitch every day at John Hastings Comedy, twitching sometime in the morning in the LA till around noontime. We will be tomorrow doing twitching, even though it's Christmas Eve, because no one's going home for Christmas. So what the fuck else are we going to do?
Yep.
And follow me on all things social media at the John Hastings. I'm also on Tinder. Find me there. Send me nudes if you're a boy or a girl.
Get your curves out for John, everybody.
Find me on
Tinder
Field.
too, actually. Get me on Tinder too. But I'm in London.
Are you on Tinder as well?
Yeah, I'm on Tinder.
What about
Everyone's
your
on
girlfriend?
Tinder.
Polyamory, baby.
Yeah.
Regular fucking Richard Allegro out here.
Yeah. Get on that
I got
field,
shrooms.
kid.
I got some shrooms in the house as well.
Yeah.
Let's party.
I knew this was a good pairing. I knew it was going to work.
Everyone get on Field. It's Tinder. It's Tinder for sexually explorative people, which means it's Russian bots and men only.
So glad I'm married. Fuck. All right. I'm Chris Betts. Thanks for watching the stream. Please subscribe to my Twitch channel. There is, if you want to donate to the show, there's a PayPal link that Josh should have posted in the chat, I hope. And that would be great. The show costs me money to make, and the comedy scene is dead. Long live doing things online.
The Chris Betts PayPal, by the way, is just paypal.me.John Hastings podcast.
It is /CB invoices, I think, because he can't change it once he made it. When I first made it, I thought I'd be invoicing people with it. Didn't realize I'd have to live off it through the internet. Hooray. So paypal.me/CB invoices. I also have a Patreon. This is a podcast. I've been doing a bunch of shows every week. So subscribe to the Versus podcast. If you want to listen to old shows, we had Jamali Maddox, Glenn Wool, Laura Lex, Eleanor Tiernan. We've had a bunch of great people, and we're going to keep doing it. Thank you again for watching. Follow these guys. We're going to have the extra chat now, but we're going to sign off. Take care, guys. Be well.
Yes. See you in hell. We're going to all just rate babes on Tinder now.
Boobs, 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 boobs.
Yeah, I give her 6 botanical gardens out of 8.